Canada, October 1993. The Progressive Conservative Party, or the PCs as I'm going to call them, governs, but an election looms. Kim Campbell, the new leader of the PCs and Canada's Prime Minister, had called an election in early September, but by the end of election night, her government will have been swept away in a landslide defeat, having also lost her own parliamentary constituency. Campbell had only become Prime Minister in June 1993, having taken over from Brian Mulroney, who had been Prime Minister since 1984. However, there was growing discontent within Canada over the Progressive Conservatives' legacy in government, with a recession, the introduction of new taxes, and the failure of several proposed amendments to the Constitution of Canada. In short, things were not looking good for Campbell and her party. Indeed, in 1991, a popularity poll gave the PCs an approval rating of just 15%. Although Campbell herself had received high popularity when she first took over in 1993, it wasn't to last. Whilst we're talking about the PCs, it might be worth introducing a few of the other parties in Canada who would challenge the PCs in the election. There was Jean Chrétien's Liberal Party, the main opposition party at the time, and the New Democratic Party, led by Audrey McLaughlin, both parties which were seen as the sort of traditional parties in Canada, along with the PCs. However, at the same time, there were some new parties that were gaining a lot of political steam. The Bloc Québécois, a breakaway party from the PCs and Liberals who focused on Quebec's sovereignty, which was led by Lucien Bouchard, and the Reform Party, led by Preston Manning, which was a right-wing populist movement. As the campaign wore on, it was clear that, for a variety of reasons, including negative views of Campbell and her predecessor, a series of attack ads against Chrétien which had backfired, and general economic activity, as well as the aforementioned failures of the PCs, it was clear that the PCs would lose their majority. The election, as always in Canada, was fought across 295 ridings, with one MP being elected in each, meaning that 148 seats was needed for a majority. Immediately before the election, the political party balance was as follows. The PCs had 156 seats, the Liberals on 81, the New Democrats on 44, the Bloc 10, Reform 1, and there were 3 independents. Pay particular attention to the PC figure there. Just a reminder, before the election, they had 155 seats. 156 seats. 156. By the end of the election on October 25th, 1983, those numbers were, to put it bluntly, markedly different. The Liberals won a majority with 177 seats. The main opposition became the regional Bloc Québécois, 54. Reform up to 52. The New Democrats down from 44 to 9. And the PCs, who again had started this campaign with 156 seats, were reduced to just 2. Like, seriously, the government lost around 99% of its seats. Although technically an independent suspended from the PCs did also win a seat and later rejoined the PCs when he was cleared of the issue. So, best case scenario for them, they finished on 3. The Liberals swept up, winning all the seats in the sort of areas of Newfoundland, Nova Scotia, Prince Edward Island. All but 1 seat in both Atlantic Canada and Ontario. All but 2 seats in Manitoba. However, their traditional heartland support in Quebec was lost to the Bloc. Reform won the most seats in Alberta and British Columbia, but performed well across the country, even if their support didn't translate into seats being won necessarily. The PC government, lost all of their cabinet members, including Kim Campbell herself, with the exception of Deputy Prime Minister and Industry Minister Jean Charest, and the popular Mayor of St. John, New Brunswick, Elsie Wayne. The election of 1993 was seen as a major political realignment in Canadian history, removing the traditional 2-party system that had been a part of Canadian politics for a long time, and replacing it with a multi-party system. It was also clear that the Bloc, being a sort of regional separatist party, forming the official opposition. If you did enjoy this video, please remember to leave a like, comment down below what you want me to have a look at next. Hope you'll have an amazing day. Check out the previous videos on the screen here and here. Subscribe down below. And I'll talk to you all next time.